Hello friends, and welcome back to the Mothership. Today I'm going to show you how to make your very own stuffed UFO burgers. Let's get started. What I have here is a pound of ground beef. Usually when I'm doing burgers, I tend to go like 85-ish, just because I like the fat when I'm cooking some burgers, but since we're doing these a little bit differently, I'm actually looking for a little bit on the leaner side here. I just don't want my bun to get super sloppy. So I'm just going to go with some salt, onion powder. Obviously, you guys do what you want to do. Some people don't like onion powder or garlic in their burger, but I'm going to do a little bit of both. And lastly, a little bit of black pepper. And you know the drill, guys. Just want to get everything nice and mixed together. Perfect. Now, I don't like to overwork my burgers. I feel like letting it just kind of be roughly mixed comes out with a better product on the other side. But with our meat the way we want it, let's move on to the next step. Now this is where it gets interesting. So I'm going to take a little ball of meat here, about the size of a meatball, honestly. So maybe about that big, maybe a little bit bigger. And I'm going to set her aside. I'm going to take one of my buns here and my little burger crimper. I will have the link to this particular product down below. It's super cheap, but it's kind of cool. It's honestly, it's a burger press, but it came with this little crimper, which is kind of how I got the idea for these. Put the piece of meat in the middle like so. Get a little bit of cheese in there. Then I'm also going to give it a dollop of ketchup. And then the bun goes on top. And we take our crimper here and we just smush it down. And the result is a little burger encased inside of the bun. Then what I'm going to do is put it in my tin foil, and I'm basically going to bake it at 350 until I get the meat nice and cooked through. And then it is going to go out of the tin foil, back onto the smoker, and crisp up. So with this, I'm going to go onto the smoker. So of course someone is doing their lawn while I'm trying to do this video, so my apologies on the background noise. But I want to know actually how long it took, because in the past I've kind of just wung it. Right now we're at 135 degrees, and this was about 15 minutes. So these cook pretty quick. Now I'm going to take it out of the wrapper, and then I'm just going to throw it back on and really crisp up that bun. This will probably take another, 5 minutes. What we're looking for here is just a nice hard exterior, and then these will be ready to be eaten. And just like that, our bun has been crisped up, and these are ready to eat. So you can see you can do a whole batch of these real easily. But let's get inside, I'll show what we're working with, and see if these are worth, you should make it home. Now obviously this is not how I do the majority of my burgers, guys. There's just not as much of a ratio to meat to bread that I'm usually into, but they are fun, especially at parties, because you can make a whole batch of them and people really enjoy them. If you're wondering what the inside looks like, I mean, what's not to love about that? You've got your cheesy goodness, you've got some ketchup in there, you've got your burger. They only cooked for about 15 minutes, which is pretty fast. And then I just toasted them off. You'd be surprised how much smoke you can actually get on in about 15 minutes, especially with bread. But these aren't going to be the smokiest burgers you have. And they're also not going to have those char marks. Now in the past I have done it differently, where I've taken the patty, I've gone out on my kettle, cooked them off, come back in, put them inside the bun, crimped it, and then put the bun back on to toast up. It's a little bit more extra effort, but if you want that kind of char grilled burger flavor, that's the only way to do it. Otherwise, you're basically just baking and getting some smoke on there. But I mean, they look beautiful. You can absolutely use these as kind of dunkers. You can cut them into halves and just have them out at a party. They are really, really interesting, and people are super, super excited when they see them. Like I said earlier, you want to use kind of your leaner cuts of meat, because if you're using really fatty stuff, that might just melt through the bun, and then you've got a mess. Now, the real star of the show here, guys, is my burger press with the crimper. To be honest, I have a nice metal burger press, but I bought this because it came with a size for sliders, and then finding out that it had this crimper was kind of just an added bonus. But most importantly, guys, how do they taste and how are these? It's time to give them the old-fashioned chomp. I mean, it tastes like a burger. What's not to love? A great burger in there, nice and seasoned. You've got your bun, you got some cheese, and then you could add some more ketchup. This probably could use a little bit more, but you can use it as a dipping. You can put your relish on there, any other fixins that you want on your burgers. Guys, this is a super quick one, but these are really, really fun, especially if you're cooking for a big old party. These are always a crowd pleaser. Now, all that being said, guys, I'd love to know what your unique burger styles are. Let me know in the comments down below. But most importantly, guys, cook some fantastic. Have yourself an amazing cookout. If you're watching this around the time I release it, happy 4th of July to you, and to everybody overseas, happy 4th of July to you too. You're welcome. But as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next UFO barbecue. Bye-bye.